Hey everybody. So, I know I've touched on the whole isolation we feel aspect and um, why it's really easy to dwell inside of that. I mean, we're isolated. The only person we have to talk to literally is ourselves, and then a bunch of broken, crazy fragments of ourselves. Um, that's why it's really easy to get lost and dwell inside of it. Excuse me. But I have a perspective that I'm not always able to be reminded of because I'm not always in the mental capacity of it. But I have a perspective that is there every day for me that most people don't have. Now, my brain injury gives me a perspective first that helps me with my children. Most people know, not everybody knows, that two of my three sons are severely autistic. One of them verbally, a little bit. The other one completely and fully. He does not speak. He is 7 years old and he still wears a diaper. He can barely feed himself. He has to be strapped down in a chair when we go out places. We do not have furniture in our house because he, though being only 7, is about 5 feet tall and 100 pounds of muscle. I haven't gotten that deep in talking about my son and some of the other issues. My son once, because it was 5. He knew better, or should have at this point. Swallowed something that he was choking on, and as I tried to get it out, bit through my finger and broke my finger. Sometimes he's done things like that just because he's terrified by the way a light dances on a wall. And that is the perspective and the realization that I'm starting to try to pull from to remember about something about our isolation. Our isolation is horrible because we feel like our voice just is not being heard. Like it can't get out. Like we have so much happening inside and it can't get out. We feel like nobody understands us. We feel like there's these things that are happening to our brain that we don't want to happen, and they're making us do things that we don't want to happen. They're making us do things that get us in trouble. They're making us do things that make people make fun of us. They're making us do things that we're ashamed of. And we dwell in it and we live in it. And we don't always dwell in it. We try to make the best of it sometimes, but that's where we live. That's our prison, that's our home. But look at what I'm doing right now. Look at what you're doing. You're online looking at something. You have that ability to look into yourself and say, self, there's something that I'm wondering about, something I'm pondering, something I'm feeling. I'm going to look into this right now. My son, and many, many people like him, they do not have that ability even. And they never will. There's things we're doing, and he's making progress, and some big things are happening right now, and there's a lot of positivity, but the truth is, when it comes down to it, true isolation, true being trapped, that is what it is. I get really frustrated because I lose my memory or because somebody isn't understanding me. He can see light move the wrong way, or somebody can touch him the wrong way, or something too loud can just happen. Anything loud. And the terror in his eyes is like the devil is standing before him. No talking to him will ever make him feel better. He may understand you. You don't know. You'll probably never know. If you're lucky, you might, but you probably won't. So nothing you say will ever make him feel better, most of the time. He can't tell you what it is exactly that bothers him. You have to look for signs. You have to know that, okay, this one must mean noise. Sometimes it's not that big. It's a lot more subtle. That is being trapped. He is a full-grown 7-year-old boy that is so trapped that he saw us wear diapers because he just can't put it all together. That is being broken. That is being shattered glass. We are broken glass, but our pieces are way bigger and easier to piece together. And if he has the will to do what he does every day, which is, honestly, laugh. The one thing he does more than screaming or biting people or breaking things, the one thing he does more than that is laugh. He is so pure that his brain says, I have 2 places I can go. Sometimes I have to be over in this place, and it sucks. But when I'm not here, I'm going to be here, and I'm not going to dwell and live in that. He does that naturally. We have the power, and should, in respect at least to him and other people that are able to do it that are like him, we should really pull it together for ourselves and really say, if he can do this, if they can do that, we can do this. We have each other. We do have a voice. It's a mangled voice, but we have one, at least. I don't know what else to say about that, so...